Yo, what's poppin', everybody? We're going to get into the Monday Night Raw post-show review and analysis. Let's get into it on the Wrestling Takeover podcast.
Welcome to...
You're listening to the Wrestling Takeover.
What is your name?
With your host, Jordan Turner, who's always going to keep it real.
Come on, King.
Inside and outside the ring.
Let me make myself clear. He's got the fans behind him, King.
It's time to take over, King.
Are you ready? He's all fired up now, King. The Takeover.
Let's go.
Yo, how's everybody doing? What's poppin'? Welcome back, everybody, to a brand new episode of the Wrestling Takeover podcast. If you guys are listening on Apple Podcast and Spotify, I'd appreciate a comment. I would also appreciate a like, a subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of today's episode of Monday Night Raw. If you guys are listening to the Wrestling Takeover podcast on YouTube, be sure to subscribe, number one, to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/JTTakeover, man. I'd appreciate it. Also, leave me a like, leave me a comment down below on what you guys overall thought of Monday Night Raw. I will be responding to you guys. I want to start getting more interactive with you guys. So if you guys can comment on this episode and other previous videos that I recently made, I would really appreciate it. Love y'all for the continued love and support, man. Without you guys, I'm nothing. And I'm going to continue to be up here and talk about all things WWE, even though I don't know if it's just me. Maybe I'm tripping. But I got a text from one of my friends, man. And he simply put, is it me or is WWE television a little bit boring? I'm sitting there. I'm like, I'm watching Monday Night Raw, and the opening match, tag team match, was phenomenal. Shout out to AJ Styles. Shout out to JD McDonough. Shout out to Penta Cieto Miedo. And shout out to Finn Balor for putting on a tremendous tag team match to open Monday Night Raw. I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, I'm like, man, Monday Night Raw is becoming a little bit boring, bruh. Like, it's not worse than SmackDown. To me, SmackDown is more boring than Monday Night Raw, but I'm like, man, the stuff that's been going on in WWE recently, man, just has not really been all that interesting. Just for me personally, maybe I'm on alone by myself, but I've been seeing more creators kind of going on social media, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter, and saying kind of the same thing. But I just wanted to let y'all know how I'm feeling about, current, TV, about the WWE Raw, SmackDown, and I'm a little bored. I'm not gonna lie, but I gotta keep it consistent. I gotta do my job, coming up here each and every Monday, each and every Friday, and giving y'all my quick, just rampant opinions on Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. And I thought Monday Night Raw, for the most part, was solid. It was cool. The tag team match between Penta, AJ Styles versus Finn Balor and JD McDonough was the best thing about Monday Night Raw for me personally. Finn Balor and JD McDonough got the win here, man. And Chad Gable is continuing the feud with Penta. And I know the WWE is having their crossover show between AAA and NXT, or just WWE in general. And they're going to have their kind of Worlds Collide show. I wouldn't be surprised if we get Penta versus Chad Gable, Americano, on that show. I think it makes sense. They're continuing the feud, and I like what I've seen so far between that feud. This tag team match was the best thing on the show for me personally. I thought it was great. So shout out to all four men. Great stuff. It's going to be really interesting to see how they continue on with the Judgment Day group, where things go. For me personally, I don't give a fuck about Carlito being in a group. I said that once. I said that plenty of times. Even when it first happened, I was like kind of scratching my head. Like, you feel me? Like, this don't make no sense. You know what I mean? So I didn't really get why he's still in the group, but it is what it is. If you guys are just finding the Wrestling Takeover podcast, like I said, if it's on Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/ JT Takeover /videos. Be sure to subscribe. We keep it real on this podcast. We keep it real. We keep it creative. This is the most creative and honest podcast in the space. And, we got to keep it real with what we watch on television. Some days I like, some days I don't. Tonight, I thought it was in between. For the most part, I didn't really like what I saw. I was kind of bored for the most part. But, that's just kind of how I feel about it. But the opening match was really good. I love what I saw. Let's get into Roxanne Perez, Becky Lynch, and Natalya. I want to mention to Natalya real quick. She was on Bloodsport, and I love the character. I love the portrayal that she was doing with the Bloodsport, with the mouthpiece, and having Legend right there. I thought that was tough. I would love to kind of see that character be reimagined, but in the WWE. I think we need to get something like that for Natalya. I think it would be pretty cool to see, that type of character be portrayed on television. It's not about no MMA thing. She can have kind of like a character like she's one of the best wrestlers, you feel me, like in the world, she feels like, right? And I think that character can be really good on WWE television. Roxanne Perez getting the win here, man. This was fucking great. I and a lot of people were a little shaken. You feel me? We were kind of a little nervous because myself, I'll speak for me, I don't think Becky Lynch really needed this match. She's feuding with Lyra Valkyria. That's continuing on as we know what we saw there. So shout out to WWE for doing that, man, because I know everybody was sweating. For me, like I said, I don't think Becky Lynch really needed this win. She needs to continue the feud with Lyra Valkyria, and that's what we got. Roxanne Perez, the prodigy, she got the win. I love it. Roxanne Perez, one of my favorite women's performers to watch in the world, no doubt. So her winning was great. This was a fun triple threat match. Roxanne Perez honestly might have to be one of the favorites to win the women's Money in the Bank. And I'm going to take a little bit more deep dive into the women's Money in the Bank as we get closer to the event. But Roxanne Perez winning was the right call. Next up, Sheamus versus Grayson Waller. The crowd was chanting for Austin Theory. I don't know what WWE's doing with Austin Theory, man, but I need to see a big push for Austin Theory, man. Grayson Waller is cool too, but we know more people want to see of Austin Theory more than Grayson Waller. But Grayson Waller can definitely find his place in the WWE on the main roster. He can do his thing in the mid card. Sheamus is the beast, is the brawler. You know what I mean? Fight, putting on bangers. You feel me? That's what he wants to do. He got the win, and I want to see WWE come up with a storyline. I'm going to continue to say it. WWE, Triple H, Michael Hayes, everybody, come up with a storyline of redemption for Sheamus to capture the crown jewel of the Intercontinental title. I would love to see him win that title, man, and come in a Grand Slam champ. I would love to see that. He deserves it, in my opinion, and that's where I stand on that. Zoe Starks, sending thoughts and prayers to Zoe Starks, man. She had an injury. It was pretty scary. It was pretty gruesome to see, man. You can like visually see the knee kind of buckle. And I'm sending my thoughts and prayers to Zoe Starks for a fast, speedy recovery. Now, if she didn't get hurt, I wonder if she was going to get pinned here. Maybe they did an audible. I don't know. Maybe Kairi Sane was originally supposed to be the one to get pinned. But if not, they did an audible. Rhea Ripley was going to win this match. Rhea Ripley, quite frankly, should be the heavy favorite to win the women's Money in the Bank. I think it's going to be either between Rhea Ripley. I believe Naomi will get involved and be a part of that, hopefully. And Alexa Bliss. I think it's going to be those three with Roxanne Perez, potentially the dark horse, to win the women's Money in the Bank. Like I said, I'm going to go a little bit more deep dive as we get closer to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. But Rhea Ripley got the win here. This was expected. Like I said, sending thoughts and prayers to Zoe Starks. Let's get into the main event, ladies and gentlemen. It was Jey Uso and Braun Breaker. Now, earlier, Logan Paul and, Jey Uso, they did their thing. The main event was cool, man. The main event was cool for Jey Uso and Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker, he's that dude. He's that dude, the badass. I love the pairing between him and Paul Heyman with Seth Rollins. I'm curious to see where that goes. Seth Rollins kind of being a manipulative motherfucker, man. I can't wait to see how that transpires. Braun Breaker is a great competitor. I'm going a little bit over the 10-minute mark, but I'm going to finish up here. Braun Breaker is great. He's fantastic in the ring, great on the mic, great presence. To me, just for me, but I know a lot of people feel this way. Braun Breaker is the greatest spear of all time. That motherfucker does his spear. It's effortless. Jey Uso, he's going to go one-on-one with Logan Paul this Saturday at Saturday night's main event. I do not see Logan Paul winning. I see Jey Uso winning and retaining the World Heavyweight title. Overall on WWE TV, man, like I said, I'll end it with this. And thank you guys for listening to this brand new video on the Wrestling Takeover podcast. Monday Night Raw kind of seems like it's just going through the motions. Same with SmackDown, it's going through the motions. And I feel it, I sense it. I could see it, man. I could see it. Not that much hype for Money in the Bank. It just seems like these shows are just going on rampant. You know what I mean? I went over 10 minutes, but I'll end it here. The shows are kind of, going through the motions. And I think WWE really needs to, come on, bro. We gotta ramp up the pace. We need a little bit more hype for Money in the Bank. I know we got Saturday night's main event. Saturday night's main event card looking pretty good right now, but the focus really should be on Money in the Bank. But I thought Raw was pretty decent tonight. Nothing too crazy for me personally. Like I said, we got Saturday night's main event coming this Saturday, and then we got Money in the Bank the following week. I know there's going to be more qualifying matches taking place. I'll be back up here to talk about the state of the WWE. I might get into some more Money in the Bank talk. We're going to do that, and hopefully you guys subscribe to the Wrestling Takeover podcast. We're going to do more of this audio version of it for right now until things get back on track. But that's another time for another day, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in to the Wrestling Takeover podcast. I am your host, Jordan Turner. And like I said, Monday Night Raw has been okay as of late. Okay, not the greatest. WWE really needs to pick up their momentum, man, because a lot of people are bored, and I'm kind of one of them. I'm going to be honest with you. Not really a lot going on. But thank y'all for tapping in to the Wrestling Takeover podcast. Subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio. You know the vibes. Follow your boy on social media, on Twitter at JTTakeover, on Instagram at the Wrestling Takeover. And I appreciate the support. More content coming later this week.